Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
All right. Welcome if you are watching this on YouTube. There's going to be a bit of a delay here as we get ready for, or not get ready for, but as we start up the live stream. Give me just a second. What am I doing? I am going to this. Got to go to our stream. Go to our stream, or we have audio, all that good stuff. Have no internet there. Do I have internet here? I have audio. I don't know how good it is. It sounds off. I don't know. Guess I'll let the people who come in tell me. Yeah, you guys watching this on YouTube always get like 3 or 4 minutes of just nonsense while I wait for people to log in. But we are getting ready for season number 2 with the Fighting Illini. Oh, there we go. That sounds a little better. So those of you watching this on YouTube, before we get started, I want to welcome you to General Manager Games. If you've never been here before, my name is Aaron. FJ, how you doing? I think it's just you and me. I think it's just howdy boy at this point. But I want to drop my Discord in the chat window there. So I've got a very small group of people in our Discord. Good group of people, just very small. So if you like talking video games and sports in general, it's a fun place to hang out. Anyway, I'm doing well, FJ. How are you? What are we doing? We're going to give it a second here and just see if we can get some people to filter in, and we are going to get started. So we left off, I simmed a shorter episode last Wednesday or whatever. If you've had an opportunity to watch it, you see that we did the off season. The off season just consists of transfers and some off season recruiting. Seahawks are down by 3 against the Falcons. Yeah, the Patriots lost to the Ravens, and Mac Jones got hurt. So there's that. So we're facing the idea of starting Brian Hoyer next week, which should be all sorts of wonderful, but whatever. So the off season goes through transfers, off season recruiting, and that's really about it. It then kicks you right to the beginning of the next season and training camp and red shirts and all that stuff. So we take a look at our roster real quick. Yeah, life is good. Yeah, I really am just not paying much attention to, I don't say not paying attention to, but I'm not worrying about the Patriots anymore. I mean, if they play well, great. If they don't, they don't. I mean, I got 6 titles in my life, so I'm not gonna complain about it. Our recruiting class, we had a top 15 recruiting class. You can see a lot of freshmen in the 80s. Guy Harding, we picked up. He's actually somebody we picked up in the off-season recruiting. He was the number 9 overall quarterback in the country, number 118 overall. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. That's Chris. Chris usually does that for me. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I literally have no idea how to do it. Let me see if I can figure out how. Channel, clear chat. Yeah, let me ping Chris. Hang on. Thank you, FJ. I didn't even notice. Update the title of the stream. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a couple of weeks, so Chris probably isn't prepared for me to be here tonight, so that's kind of on me. But let's see, how do I do this? I've got to be able to do it. I'm a moderator on the channel, so I have to be able to do it, but I don't know how. Chat appearance, that's channel modes, raids. Yeah, I don't know that I can. It's the community. I think if I click here, it just takes me to the channel. Yeah, I don't know. That's just mod view. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't have to do any of that. Like all I do on OBS from my end literally is just start streaming. And there is I guess let me look. Stream. Yeah, I don't have the ability to do that. I just have the stream key, the service. It seems weird that you would have to do it from. See, it can't be from OBS because Chris updates it for me before I go live. So it has to do something. I'm assuming it has something to do with the stream key itself, if that's the case. I'm hoping Chris just sees this, and because he's active on Discord right now. So, yeah, this is just a whale of a start to a stream here. Anyway, he'll get it fixed. I'm not worried about it. Well, I guess I should. I have the same people in chat every week anyway, so you guys are gonna be here either way. But so we'll run through some of our players, and hopefully Chris sees this and makes the change here at some point. So anyway, Gary Harding, top 10 quarterback recruit, looks really, really good. Not particularly quick. He is the definition of a pocket passer with that 54 speed. If you press docs and stream information, is that in OBS? I don't see anything that says docs. Oh, there it is. View docs. Docs. Yeah, I don't have anything that says stream information under docs. Scene sources, mixer train. Yeah, I don't have anything at all that says stream information under docs. File. First half hour of this stream is just going to be me trying to bumble my way around this. That's awesome. I love it. General output system. See, this is the problem when you have somebody who has no friggin' idea what he's doing trying to do this stuff. Like, I don't know how to do any of this. Yeah, I don't see anything. Like, I see docs, but I don't see anything that says, I don't have anything that says stream information. What is this thing doing? Docs, custom, scene, sources, audio mixer, scene controls, and stats. Yeah, I don't see any of it. So hopefully Chris will see it and he'll come in and he'll do it. Let's just start going through what we got going on here. And it'll get fixed when it gets fixed. So Gary Harding, talked about him. Pedro Kendall was another freshman quarterback that we signed. Signed 3 running backs, Jay Kessler, Paul Gamble, Brendan Tuck, all in the 80s. A fullback, we signed 4 80-plus offensive linemen, 80 overall tight end, 4 wide receivers, including Michael Byers, who looks like an absolute beast with the 90 speed and 89 hands. A couple of linebackers, free safety, 90 overall kicker. Yes, carry on and go Illinois. Yeah, Chris will see it eventually. He knows when I stream, so he'll see it eventually. So yeah, we had a really, really good offseason. Just a ton of 80-plus recruits. I think, have I set up my depth chart and everything? I think I have. Yeah. So Harding going to be our starting quarterback, the true freshman. Jay Kessler, true freshman running back. Michael Byers, true freshman, wide receiver. And I like the way it puts the depth chart down here now, rather than it used to bring it up in a box that would go over the screen and you couldn't look at both at the same time. So I like the way that it does this. It's got Thomas Abner as our backup, which is fine. If Abner's out there, we can run a little bit more, read option type offense with his 82 speed. Running backs again, Kessler at 86 overall, 18-year-old. Not a very fast bunch, so I believe our running game is going to be focused on running up the middle. I think that's the way I have this set. Running focus power. Yeah, we want to be running up the middle. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, sir. I told you he'd be here eventually, FJ. I knew he'd get it sorted out. Chris is the man. I'm not going to screw with this too much. If I go to the head coach, yeah, he wants to run outside, and that's the one thing I don't agree with. There's not much that's changing. The tempo changes, and the running focus changes. I'd rather run a more normal tempo and run inside with the running backs that we have. We have our default offense pack. I think I also want to go away from a backfield by committee, and then I want to adjust the depth charts to allow for additional running backs. So we've got our default offense 2 here. If we go to offense package 2, it still has Kessler in there. So I want to make Gamble, right? Is that who I want to make the backup? 77 speed, 67 hands, 93 agility. Yeah, so we're going to run Gamble as the starter on offensive package 2. And what this will do is now when we come into strategies, yeah, we're good, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. How's Australia doing today? You guys are getting ready. You guys are in springtime right now, right? Is that how it works down there? It's spring in Australia now. So when we go to formations now, you can see it's going to play the default offense, like in the I formation, for example. It'll play the default package 54% of the time, and it will go to the offensive package 2 46% of the time. So it'll play my starter 54%, the backup 46%. I don't want to get into a situation where I'm running my 3rd, 4th, 5th running back. So we'll stick with offensive formations. We'll set it up like this. We will set it up like this. And here we go. We got the block of ads. So it'll just be me, Chris, and FJ here for the next couple of minutes. So what this is going to allow me to do is when I play in a jumbo set, for example, I want a running back in there that maybe is a bit stronger, because that'll be kind of that goal line style defense. We go to offense package 3. We copy from here, and we're going to go to Tuck, because I believe Tuck was a really strong running back. 77, 78. Yeah, we're going to make Tuck the starter with Kessler the backup and go to Gamble. That'll be offensive package 3, and now we can save that, and when we come back into strategy, go to formations, we go to 2 tight end jumbo, and now we can probably just do it like this. So do that the majority of the time. So we'll do, 25, 50. No. Why is it doing that? It's going to make me put it in there. Can I not play the offensive An error has occurred. Interesting. You got pretty hooked on the basketball version of this. I love the basketball games. They're so, like, the football games are really fun. They're just not uber polished yet. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. They're just not uber polished yet. And the basketball games are if their football games end up anywhere close to where their basketball games are, I'd be pretty excited because their basketball games are fantastic. I think their college football is pretty far ahead of their pro football, but their basketball games are phenomenal. I absolutely love the pro game. Who are you playing as? So that's what we're going to do here. So in the 2 tight end jumbo, we're going to play that third running back a little bit more. And I think we're ready to go. I think we've done all of our training. We've done everything we need to do. We've done all of our recruiting for week 1. Oh, you're playing college basketball. You didn't manage to attract a single recruit. That's rough. That is rough. So it's going to be walk-on life for FJ in his whatever year you're in. Yeah, recruiting's not easy. Recruiting is not easy. I find recruiting in this to be significantly easier than it is in the college basketball game. So, all right, so we got week 1 here against Virginia Tech. We look at the matchup. No, there is no matchup because neither team has played a game yet. So I think what we're going to do is, because I can either play the game or I can sim it. I think we'll just sim it, and then we will go back and we will look at the highlights. The highlights are a little janky right now, but that's something I think they can change. So I want to come into league options. I want to disable the hiding of scores. I want to allow for position changes, including offense and defense. The Mississippi Valley Delta Devils. That's interesting. That's not a real team, is it? It's Mississippi Valley State. I mean, you've had to have made that up, right? Heisman Trophy. I don't know all the names of all the awards. I can't be bothered to look them all up right now. So let's save that. We will. We're going to sim the game, and then we will look at the highlights. So we'll sim it. It's not going to show us the score. We'll watch the highlights, and you'll see what I mean as the highlights are a little janky here. Random task. Can I play as them? Are they? I don't know. There's a mod that I've actually downloaded that somebody created for college football that allows you to play as the FCS teams. Growing up in New Hampshire and going to the University of New Hampshire, that was always the team I liked to play on the NCAA football series games. Oh, okay. All right. No, if it downloaded it, then they're real. Then they are real. So yeah, I downloaded a mod for college football that put University of New Hampshire and Vermont. Vermont doesn't even have a football team, but put a lot of those teams in there. We're getting to that point. I want to start playing some basketball here. I gotta check and see what their estimated release dates are for the pro game, because I love them. I think their pro basketball game is their best game, I think, at least in my estimation. All right, so we're playing the number 21 team, Virginia Tech. This is the first highlight. Looks like it's a Virginia Tech highlight. And is that a fumble? Right, yeah, I think that's a fumble. I think that's what that means. Yeah, it is right here. Fumble recovered by McGee. First down, so we go to the next highlight. Well, Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State, random task. I don't know if that's what you're thinking. So we get a touchdown pass. Gary Harding to Perkins for 6 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State. So it's our ball again. And it's going to be a sack. Yeah, Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State. Yeah, see, this is what happens with some of the highlights. They just sort of vanish, or they only show like a portion of it. So we get a sack there by Jim Prather. We're up 7-0 in the second quarter. You like to see it. Ooh, looks like they're going to get a touchdown here. Yep, they do get a touchdown. MVS is the Delta Devils. Oh, okay. So we just didn't put the state in there. All right, Mississippi Valley State is okay. I'm with you. All right. Chris is pinging me. Hold on. What does he want? Oh, he's got it fixed. He's got it fixed. Those came in after the fact. All right. So it's their ball. It's 7-7 in the third quarter. And we get we're up 10-7 in the third quarter. We get a sack from James Dalton. I don't have any idea what happened because the highlight borked. Okay, another highlight for them. Or is it for us? It's going to be another sack. We're up 17-14 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And that's the last highlight. So I wonder if that means we won the game. Yeah, I think that's the last highlight. Yep. All right. Well, did we beat the number 21 team in the country with a whole bunch of freshmen? We may have. We did. We win 17-14. I will take that. Yeah, he just said Mississippi Valley Delta Devils. I've never heard them referred to as that, so it was just miscommunication is all it was. All right, so we get a touchdown pass from Harding to Perkins. Paul Gamble with a touchdown run. Harding was 16 of 19 in his collegiate debut. I will take that. So I had this set up not to split the carries, not to have a backfield by committee, and we had 3, 6, 9 people run with the football. Anyway, Harding, great. I love that. 16 of 19 for $179. Cats for them, 251 yards. We allowed 413 yards total, but we won the game. We had the only turnover. They lost a fumble. Look at all those sacks. 2 sacks for Rodriguez. Sack for Villarreal. Defensive end, 85 overall. Nice. Sack for Dalton. Sack for Wise. Prather with a sack as well. And McGee with the forced fumble and the fumble recovery. So we win our first game of the year over a top 25 team. You're deeply offended and demand an apology. Yeah, well, tough. Sorry. You're not going to get one. I apologize that you're not going to get an apology. That's how it is. No, the state's not an important distinction. I just, like I said, I don't think I've ever heard anybody refer to them as the Delta Devils. So I just didn't put 2 and 2 together. All right, let's sim the week. So we're 1-0. It's a good start. We beat a top 25 team. See if we get any. We play another. We play another top 20 team again. Second week in a row, we're playing the number 21 team in the country. So we had Zach Clayton and William Fonseca. Beckwith, we have significant competition for Clayton. Fonseca is a Hail Mary. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, let's look at recruits and see what we need to do. All right, so we don't have a lot of interest from a lot of players that we focused on. Excuse me. Yeah, if you ask anybody where Jerry Rice went to college, they're not going to say the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. They're not going to say the Delta Devils. They're going to say Mississippi Valley State. So that's whatever. We're arguing over something dumb, so I'm going to stop. So we only have interest from 5 players, a quarterback, a free safety, 3 free safeties, and a strong safety. What we need is a linebacker. That's where our attention needs to be. So I think we're just going to go ahead and start removing some, no, I just got an ESPN message. I kind of want to I'm going to remove recruiting and scholarship offers from the players who have the most offers. I like going after players that other teams don't. She said she didn't care. That's why I said most people. That's why I said most people would say Mississippi Valley State. Just going to hide some of these guys too. So we need we need basically we need defense. You look at our defense here. This is where we're going to be weak coming out of next season. We could use a quarterback. We got a couple of seniors, but defense is really where we need to be spending our focus here. Specifically the defensive secondary. We need cornerbacks, free safeties, and strong safeties. He never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Who, Jerry Rice? He ran like a 4.6 or something like that. So, it's why every team passed on him. All right, so Anthony Smith, let's scout. He's interested in us. Always with the scenarios. I don't know what that means. I'm sure I said something, but I don't know what that means. So we need cornerback. Defensive secondary is going to be our biggest area of need. So, Norman Wilson. I mean, we can try. I don't think at this point he's going to be interested in us. But let's look at the uncommitteds. And let's look at cornerbacks. Not a lot of great quarterbacks who have 0 offers. And that's where I like to pay my most attention. So we'll go here. All right. So we've got some players who only have 1 offer. So let's go ahead and see if we can generate some interest here with these guys, Powell and Brogan. Offer them both scholarships. I can't do 20 hours of scouting. All right, that's fine. I'll back out of here in a second. Let's invite them both to a game. We have 8 left, and let's attend one of their games each. All right. Daniel Denton. We got a cornerback with no scholarship offers, so we'll make one. John Orr. And I'm fine picking up guys in the top 500. I mean, we just need talent in our defensive secondary. I can figure out the rest, but we just need players. So, all right, now we have to go back to targets and scouting. I want to go to all. All right, let's make sure we scout these guys just because they didn't have a lot of offers. We'll see if we can generate some interest, and then I can back off here, I guess. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And just add 5K. Yeah. All right. So we spent all of our money. We spent all of our recruiting and scouting, all of our outreach hours. And we have another game against a top 25 team. This time against Stanford. Again, we'll sim and watch the highlights and see what happens. Yeah, they need to fix the highlights here a little bit, I think. But all right, so I think that's us with the ball. Pass is picked. That's not a good highlight to get things started. We were winning 3-0 though. Not for much longer. They have the ball again. Ooh, a fumble. Tackle by Dalton, recovered by Dalton. We're up 10-7 here in the second quarter. It's our ball. I don't know what just happened. It's now their ball. Touchdown for Stanford. We're down 17-13 in the third. It's our ball. Again, something bad happened. Most of our highlights have been bad things happening. Ooh, Stanford's putting a hurting on us here in the third quarter. Yuck. Yeah, we're getting steamrolled in this one. 34-20. Your Phillies finished in third in the NL East with a 94-68 record. Surprising to say the least. The Phillies played really well this year after That was the last play of the game, was that sack. Played really well this year after they fired Girardi, didn't they? Weren't they like one of the best teams in baseball after they fired Girardi? So we lose 34-20. Let's look at the box score. Touchdown run for Powers. Touchdown run for Powers. That's them. We get a touchdown pass from Byers from Harding. Brendan Tuck with a 3-yard run. So not a great game for... Oops, not a great game. The Phillies you made aren't bad. Yes. Kessler with a good game, 10 for 53. And we just fell too far behind. So I had to start throwing the ball. Harding 17 of 32 for $196. No interceptions in this one for us. Byers 6 for 61. No sacks, no picks, and we lose 34-20. Oh, you're that far into the future. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of my out of the park 23 kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm getting to a point. So we had a bunch of people reject our scholarship offers. That's fine. Like our chances of getting Anthony Smith. We got Hawaii coming up. We better win that one. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to the end of my. What's up, Josh? Getting to the end of my I guess rope with out of the park 23. I'm starting to kind of get into hockey mode. So I'm thinking about franchise hockey manager. I'm thinking about East Side Hockey Manager. Going to be doing playthroughs with each one of those once those come out. It'll be, I think, East Side Hockey Manager I'll be doing as the Bruins, just because that's one I don't play very often. So I'll be firing up an EHM save. East Side Hockey Manager. If you like the, I mean, you guys wouldn't be here if you didn't like the GM style games, but East Side Hockey Manager is fantastic for that. What do I like better? It's a hard question to answer because there are things that EHM does a ton better than Franchise Hockey Manager, and there are things that Franchise Hockey Manager does a ton better than East Side Hockey Manager. So it's hard to say. If I could take the level of detail from East Side Hockey Manager and use the UI interface from Franchise Hockey Manager, that would be the perfect game for me. East Side Hockey Manager is really, really clunky to maneuver around, and that's why I don't play it very often, because it's trying to remember where to go to do something as simple as look at free agents is a pain in the butt. But the way they handle free agency, the way they handle the draft, the way they handle the trade block, I think that sort of thing, I think the engine itself, frankly, is better than Franchise Hockey Manager, but I love the gameplay of Franchise Hockey Manager as well. I think it's very simple. I think they have more people working on it than EHM does as well. And it also hasn't been updated in years. EHM is what it is. The only updates are to rosters and stuff. So they both have their merits. It's a very non-committal answer, but generally speaking, I end up playing FHM year over year a lot more just because of the ease of use, if that makes sense. But there are things that I wish they did that Franchise Hockey Manager does. That's the best way I can explain it. All right, so we lost a lot of people that go around. That's fine because we were kind of aiming high, and we've got some interest from some of these players in the 200s to 300s, which was where my focus was. So, okay, he's not interested, so we can hide him. It's fine. Joshua Moy. I mean, he's got 5 offers as well, so we'll just remove and get rid of that as well. You had an EHM save with Calgary throughout 11th grade. The game is so detailed that it's hard to play a super long-term save, if that makes sense. I had a save going with the Bruins, I don't know, it was a couple years ago that I was playing it, and I played for like an entire like actual hockey season, and I think I ended up only playing through like 3 or 4 years, just because the level of detail is so great and there's so much to do that it just took a long time. And it's fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It just took a long time. All right, so we need to invest into scouting some of these guys. They're showing some interest, so we should see what we have in them. Oh, all right, let's do it this way. I want to interview. If we can land like these 6 guys here, get 3 cornerbacks, a free safety, a linebacker, and a quarterback, I mean, that's awesome. We need linebacker help. Let's invite all of these guys to our game against Hawaii. Let's do that. Scouting, we can put 2 here, and then recruiting. You think you got to 20, 30 or so? That takes a lot of commitment to get the game that far into it. Yeah, and I mean, I really, really enjoy it. I think the level of detail that you can get in EHM is outstanding, but the UI is so clunky that it makes it hard. It makes it hard to really to get really into it. In 23, can you wait to see if you win? I don't know. Is that a quote? Is that a bug that you were able to do previously? Were you able to play the week and then go back in and then invite him to a game? Is that something you could do? I'm not going to do that because that's kind of cheesy, but that's interesting. What am I doing? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so none of these guys are committed yet. Who's the best player who doesn't have a lot of offers? And it's always like a center or a free safety. There's a 4-star defensive end, number 62 overall. We've got 43 left in recruiting. We've got 7 scholarships. Yeah, I mean, let's throw our hat in the ring. Why not? Throw our hat in the ring for Timothy Fitzsimmons. 4 offers. Yeah, 1 offer. Strong safety, no offers. Gino Nelms. Yes, sir. In 22 and 21, you do the game. If I win, oh, you do the invites if you win, and then if you lose, you do home visits. That's interesting. I'm not going to do that, but that's interesting that you can do that. So we got Eric Hill, a 4-star linebacker who only has 1 offer. Now he has 2. There's another free safety. A 4-star quarterback with no offers. Yep. We'll go ahead and offer a scholarship, and then we'll come back and we'll scout him. B+ intangibles, A+ football IQ. He's the number 2 quarterback in Puerto Rico. I've found that Puerto Rico and Alaska are just great places. Like teams don't, for whatever reason, they aren't recruiting those areas. So if you can find Puerto Rico and Alaska, a lot of times you can find some pretty good players. We got a cornerback there, 4-star running back. Sure, we'll offer him a scholarship, sight unseen, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at him. 9 offers. Devontae Border. Sure, we'll offer him a scholarship. You can always get defensive ends from strong safety. That seems weird. Really? Like, I could see maybe strong safeties to linebackers, but not strong safeties to defensive ends. That seems a little off. Brogan's not interested in us, so let's just back this money off and spend it elsewhere, I suppose. There was that quarterback that had no offers. Yeah, Alan Black. Okay, we already recruited him. All right. Same thing with Powell. Emil Woodbury. He's got 2. I want to look for guys who have 1 or none. None's good too. 3, there's a defensive tackle, 4-star tight end. Tackle, there you go. Cody Olvera, 4-star linebacker. We'll offer him. We have no scholarships left. All right. So let's go ahead. Yeah, Puerto Rico, what's MP? Puerto Rico, MP, and Alaska have been under-recruited, and the game generates them relatively at random, but they've modified it since, but it's still in your favor. Yeah, I went through in my Boston College save, actually. I believe our starting quarterback over there is from Alaska. Ned Hall is an Alaskan. All right, so we got a game here at home against Hawaii. This is a game we really should win. Let's look at the highlights. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So they have the ball. Back to pass, and that is a sack for Victor Rodriguez. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, they need. This may be something that I post on the boards, because sometimes you get these highlights and they just sort of vanish and nothing happens. All right, so we have the ball on the 2. Run around the end. There is a touchdown for Brendan Tuck. We are up 10-0 in the first quarter. We have the ball deep in our own end. Get rid of it. I don't know what happened. Is it a sack? I don't know, but we have the ball down deep again. Got to run around the end. 27-0. Michael Byers takes it in. We are rolling Hawaii here in game 3. It's our ball down deep again. Pass is complete to the tight end. Kavanaugh for a touchdown. 41-0. Illinois all over Hawaii. So good game to invite some people to, I think. DC, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and any states where there wasn't a school were also recruited less, but they fixed it. Oh, so if they didn't have like a D1 school, the game didn't know how to handle that, and it didn't recruit. Is that basically what happened? So 44-0 final. You like to see that. Big game across the board. Tuck with a 2-yard touchdown run. Matthew Evans, 89-yard pass from Harding. Byers with an 8-yard. I don't know why it didn't show this as a highlight. Evans with a 23-yard touchdown pass. Kavanaugh catches a touchdown. And Harding goes 14 of 30 for 260 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. We had everybody on the team run the football, it looks like. It recruited, but they were targeted later in the process. Gotcha. And I'm finding, and you'll see when we get to the end of this season, well, if you've played 23, maybe you've seen this, but you can land some pretty elite recruits if you just do nothing. If you do nothing and wait till the end of the season, there's always like a handful of top 200 recruits that just haven't gotten any offers, and then you make them offers and you get you get people who sign. It used to target by location and then rankings. Now the game looks at rankings more, which it should. I mean, that should be how it does. So it would look at like their pipeline locations, like, this is where we have a big pipeline and we focus there. So Byers 6 for 57. Evans with a huge game, 5 for 180 rather, a couple of touchdowns. Kavanaugh. We didn't complete a lot of passes, but we didn't have to. We ran up 44 points. Only allowed 166 total yards, 123 in the air, only 43 on the ground. As Charlotte, you got the number 1 player that way. Yeah. They didn't used to have pipelines. Yeah, they only had 5 first downs. Our defense was dominant in this one. Yeah, they still, that's still there. Random task. You can still, if you just wait, you can get. I try to, during the season, I try to get those recruits that sort of will fill some of those gaps for me. We need free safeties, so I'm going after free safeties. We need linebackers, I'm going after linebackers. But at the end of the season, I'm going to go after whoever the best recruits are. Whatever's left there, I'm just going to go after and just take them. So Rodriguez with a good game. Had a sack, a hurry. Chapin had a sack. 5th-year senior. Pace. Freshman linebacker with a sack. All right. Well, that's good. 44-0. We whitewashed Hawaii. We are 2-1. I don't think we're going to have any commits this early, but we will look nonetheless. Oh, I take that back. No, he rejected our offer. Excuse me. Hawkins was excited. Denton was excited. Griffith was excited. Yeah, they're all excited. That's great. Denton is a Hail Mary. Montalvo, we're not out of the running. And Wilson, so we can probably go away from Denton, which is fine. So let's go and take a look at recruiting. It still says we're cool. I mean, he's got 6 offers. I mean, usually I don't get into bidding wars with these with teams. Like, once I get to that point, I usually just back off. If it says it's a Hail Mary, it's a Hail Mary, and I just say screw it. All right, so Fitzsimmons now has 8 offers. He had none when we offered him. So, Brogan has got 4 offers. Is it a Hail Mary? Not entirely out of the running. All right, so let's recruit Brogan a little bit. Interview. Let's interview all the players that we haven't interviewed yet that still have interest in us. We are on the road, so let's attend a high school game there. We've already attended a high school game for Brogan. Let's do a home visit. No, actually, he's got no interest in us, so I don't want to waste that just yet. Powell, though, has some interest, so let's do a home visit for him. Then we have 3 outreach hours left. Let's do a facility tour for Eric Hill. I mean, if we can get a top 100 linebacker recruit, that would be awesome. We got to do some scouting. Let's put some scouting into some of these guys. Let's get him maxed out. These guys are all maxed out. No, Hawkins and Partridge. All right, so we still have 13K left in recruiting. Any place in particular? We've got a ton of recruiting into players who aren't going to come to us. So let's start backing some of this off. These guys are not interested, so let's remove the offers. And let's remove their scholarship offers. See, you can give and take scholarship offers in this very differently than the college basketball game. If you offered somebody a scholarship and then removed it, they were done with you. But you can seemingly offer scholarships and remove scholarships at will in this version. We're gonna go back after Denton. He shows that he's got cool interests. We may as well. Kuhn, we can go ahead and remove. So we have some scouting. We still have a lot of scholarship offers. So let's go back and let's look at the uncommitteds. Gino Nelms. Okay, we have offered him a scholarship. We can't do anything with him. We need cornerbacks. Wish there was a way to look at just defensive backs rather than just cornerbacks or whatever, or free safeties or strong safeties. I'd prefer to be able to look at everything. David Mullen, he's got 2 offers. Let's make it a third. Harry Holmes, let's invest in him, offer him a scholarship. Donald Pham, him a scholarship. Jordan, we need more scouting money. And part of that is I took some of our scouting budget and I put it into education. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but the game lets you do that. So I thought maybe it makes sense to put some money into the education portion of things. I don't know if it's going to work, but we will see. He's got 3 offers. Timothy Leeper has. These kind of guys are going to end up with a ton of offers down the road. I'm sure of it. But maybe we can get out ahead of it here a little bit. There's a 3-star with 1 offer, a 3-star with no offers. Let's look at free safeties now. Am I going to do early access on the pro game? Probably, Brandon. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I watched the early access stream they did on whatever day it was, Wednesday. Probably, because what I'd really like to do, honestly, is link up college football with the pro game and kind of do a, like a pipeline series where we have Illinois and maybe we take over the Bears and we kind of do like an Illinois pipeline game between the University of Illinois and Chicago and see if we can, draft players from our college game onto the pro team. Like, I think that sounds like fun to me. So I'd like to, but I'm not going to do that with early access. Like, if I get early access, I'm not going to stream it. Just because there's so much that's going to change. But I'd like to. I will consistently support the Wolverine Studios people. I mean, they're awesome. They put out a good product. They put out a product that's fun to play, that isn't overly expensive, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And because of that, I will continue to support them. So you just got it. Yeah, the stream wasn't they didn't go into a ton of detail. I mean, the game, at its roots is the same. They talked about changes they made to the AI, and they added a road to the MVP or portion of the game, which is, you can pick that player, you take over the role of a player, and you like they do in all the other, like EA Sports types games and stuff, which looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm desperate for a GM style sim football game because I don't want to give my money to EA anymore. So yeah, I mean, Wolverine's getting there. Their football game is getting there. It's behind their basketball games for sure, but I'll continue to support them until they get it right. And I'm looking forward to that. All right, so we're 2-1. We're on the road at Nebraska. Nebraska is, I don't know what Nebraska is. Why does it not have their record there? We beat them last season. Hector Capps is their leading passer. Kim Orozco, their leading rusher. Joseph Ray. James Dalton is out for 1 to 2 weeks with a stress fracture in his foot. Ronald Lowe. Why do we have somebody who in week 3 is already down with fatigue? And he's the backup. Our backup is out with fatigue. Interesting. Okay. Defense. James Dalton. Yeah, he's our top defensive tackle. Yeah, our defense is not great. We have a very good defensive secondary, but we have a couple of seniors back there. Everything else is not good. So hopefully what we're investing this year into our defense will help. Yeah, man, I would rather give money to Wolverine. I would rather give money to the Out of the Park baseball people. 100%. 100%. The last EA Sports game I bought was, I think, Madden 21? 20? Madden 20? I bought it during COVID because I was bored and I needed a game to play. So I bought Madden. And I played like 3 years of it and got bored of it. Yeah, so for me, it's all about the smaller developers for sure. All right, so here we go. Game against Nebraska. Let's sim and let's watch the highlights. Highlight number 1 is Nebraska with the ball, and that looks like it's going to be a fumble. Nice. They recovered it. Well, that's not a highlight. Okay, so something happened, but there's no highlight for it. They've got the ball back. Pass is intercepted. Yep, Joseph McGee with the pick. We're up 10-0. So apparently our touchdown didn't qualify as a highlight, but that's okay. They have the ball on our 5, and they're in for a touchdown. 10-7 with 9:48 left in the third. They have the ball now on the 1. They get another touchdown. They have the ball. What is going on? Yeah, they scored 3 straight touchdowns. They are knocking us around here in the second half. So we get a touchdown with 1.5 minutes left. Brendan Tuck. It does that. Yeah, that was the last highlight. So we're going to lose this one 23-17 to Nebraska. Yep. So Tuck had 2 touchdown runs. Harding 15-20, not a good game for Harding. 15-24, 115 yards. Again, I don't know why it does this. I actually have backfield by committee off. A touchdown against Nebraska. Well, they beat me. You're generally speaking, you're right, but they beat me. Yeah, I don't know why it runs the ball with, like, we had multiple wide receivers carry the ball 5 times. We had 3 wide receivers carry the ball 5 times each. So that's something I will, I think, bring up with the Wolverine guys. That just doesn't seem right. Like, these teams don't have 9 players carry the ball every game. They had 351 yards of offense. We had 247, 233 passing. Beat them in the running game. They turned it over twice, yet we still lost the game. All right. 11 tackles for Becker, along with an interception for our 5th-year senior. No sacks. We had 2 picks, Becker and McGee. Yeah, our defense is not particularly good. Let's sim the week. And, oh, good. We got number 3 Ohio State coming up. That's awesome. All right, so still haven't signed anybody. We're not entirely out of the running, excuse me, on Hill. All right, so at least there's no Hail Mary type ventures on these guys, so that's a good thing. Still nobody committing with us, though, which is a little disconcerting, although a lot of interest now, which is nice. So we can, let's find the players who aren't interested. So that would be Mullen, that would be Overton, that would be Jordan. Let's go ahead and remove scholarships. Ah, yes, the advertisements. I'm going to put some money in there. Recruiting. Bruce Blodgett. We'll spend some on recruiting there, even though he's not interested yet. Maybe he will be if we offer him a scholarship. Donald Pham will interview. Michael Watson will interview. 1, 2, 3, and then we have 27 hours left. So 5, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we still have our outreach hours. Denton is still cool on us. Alan Black. I mean, he looks really, really good. You guys didn't miss much during the commercial break. I was just putting money into recruiting and scouting, and now I'm looking at Alan Black. Just because he looks really, really good. as a quarterback. He has B+ hands as a quarterback. I wonder if you could use him someplace else. He's 6'3", 202 pounds. Alfonso Brogan. We're not entirely out of the running. Let's keep focusing on Brogan. He only has one offer, so let's do a home visit. Let's go all in on Brogan this week. Facility tour and out and make a phone call. We also have Eric Hill, the number 90 overall linebacker. Not entirely out of the running. Number 1 in Hawaii. Intelligence is REIT? Is that supposed to be real or great? Yeah, Black. I mean, he looks really, really good. That A- intelligence. I mean, he looks like he could be arm is passable. The speed is really good. I mean, he looks like he could be really good. And if you can land the number 12 quarterback in the country, I think you do it. So, I mean, we're just going to keep going after him. But so we have 3 left. Let's invite Hill to a game. I mean, yeah. Again, number 1 player in Hawaii. We recruit some of these outside areas, and that's how we stack our team. B+ tackling, B+ speed, B+ hands. Yeah, I mean, this guy is a stud, man. 6'3", 233-pound linebacker out of Pearl City, Hawaii. Yeah, he's somebody I want to go after. If I can get Brogan and Hill, like, that would be awesome. We have 1 outreach hour left. What do we do with it? Let's call Hill. So our next home game, we can offer him. We can bring him in. Let's play one more game, and then we'll pause and we'll look at our stats and look at league leaders and stuff. And that's right, we got Ohio State. Number 3, Ohio State at the Horseshoe. So this should be good. Let's see how this goes. First highlight is for us. And it's an interception. Yeah. There's another interception. So we get inside the 10. We throw 2 picks. And here we go. Now they're going to score. We're probably down like 30-0 at this point. Let's see. 17-0 in the second quarter. Oh, come on. What happened? Is that a touchdown? Threw it to nobody. That's another. Yeah, we're down 34-0 in the third quarter. Ugh. Okay, we're not there yet, guys. I thought our recruiting class last year was going to put us in a good place, but it has not. Harding is sacked. We're down 48-3. They're going to put up a 50 spot on us. Another interception. Is that going to be returned for a touchdown? Are we going to give up 60 to Ohio State? 61-3. Yep. Ugh. That is just, I'm not even going to look at the box score for it. That's how bad that was. 68-3 to Ohio State. So we're not quite there yet, guys. Not quite there yet. 14. So we got Iowa coming into town now. Fritz Overton. He seemed excited to attend even though we lost 68-3. Our chances are not good at Antonia Powell, but we're going to keep going after him. Jennings is angry. I don't even know who that is. We'll take a look. Yeah, we'll look at that now in a second. Who is that linebacker? Jennings that is angry? Sophomore, 76 overall. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could get some playing time. He's got one of the higher tackling rates on the team. Let's see what we can do about putting Jennings out there. Yeah, that game was an oof. You get games like that to remind you that it takes more than a year to build a team up, right? Like we had a really, really good recruiting class that first season, but nowhere close to what Ohio State's doing. So Wise is out. How long is he out for? Look at all the injuries. Ugh. Does it say? Can I hover over that? Does it tell me? He's doubtful with a deep thigh bruise. All right. Jennings, one of my worst linebackers in terms of ratings. In terms of tackling, he's 4th. All right, well, we'll get him some time in there as a backup, I guess. All right, we're 2-3, so let's take a look at the Big Ten schedule. We should be 0-2 in the Big Ten, I think. Yeah, 0-2 in the conference. We lost to Nebraska. We lost to Ohio State. And now we have Iowa, top team in the West, coming up. Thankfully, the West is obviously the weaker of the divisions. Really, the only team you have to worry about on a year-to-year basis is Wisconsin. This year, Minnesota looks pretty good, but yeah, thankfully we're not dealing with Ohio State or Michigan year over year, at least from a standings perspective. If we look at our stats, Gary Harding, 77 of a $138, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for the freshman. He's an 89 overall with 90 intelligence and 90 accuracy. So, you figure he's going to figure it out, but it's been a rough start to his collegiate career. Jay Kessler, the freshman, having a good year so far. No touchdowns, but a 5.3 yards per carry average. Brendan Tuck we're using as our goal line guy. He's got 9 carries and 4 touchdowns. Receiving, Evans and Byers. Byers is our big freshman wide receiver, 6'4", freshman, 18 years old, 27 catches. Matthew Evans, redshirt sophomore, having a nice year. That's about it. Defensively, we're not good. Gus Becker leads us in tackles. Yeah, your top 2 tacklers are defensive backs. That usually means things aren't going well. Prather, McLean, and Pace. Yeah, we're not a very good team right now, but we'll get there. You wanted to look at Washington. They are in the Pac-12. 2-3. 2-3. They look similar to us in terms of their performance. Yeah, 20 points per game. They're giving up 26 a game. Stephen Reed, 5 touchdowns, a couple of picks. He's an 89. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks with a hernia. That sucks. Thomas Pfeiffer, the freshman, gets thrust into action. Arthur Moore, they can't run the ball at all. Wow. Yeah, they can't run the ball at all. It's terrible. Receiving, they got 3 big guys, Kane, Lindley, and Tejada. Junior, senior. Yeah, I mean, the one thing we have going for us is that all of our best players are freshmen. So you have to think that, it's going to get better for us. It's going to get better for us. Now, if we look at the league leaders, the Cougars are 0-5. I'm assuming that's William. Rousseau of the Oregon Ducks, freshman, 89 overall. It doesn't look much better than what we're putting out there, but the numbers are better. 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. Lawrence McCollum for the Crimson Tide. Andrew Logan, Elliot Hernandez, Christopher Amos. Passing touchdowns, McCollum, Hernandez. Yeah, it's the same names. Kevin Munoz for Ole Miss on that list. I don't care about rushing yards. Rodney Christie of Texas, 623 yards so far. Zachary Johnson, number 2. Jimmy Wolf of the Bearcats. 9 rushing touchdowns already. Wow. Receiving yards, Derek Ames of Boise State, 689. 16 catches for 689 yards. Are you kidding me? How is that even? He's averaging 43 yards a catch. That is absolutely ridiculous. He has 16 receptions and 10 of them are for more than 40 yards. That is absolutely ridiculous. He is a redshirt sophomore, averaging 43 yards a reception. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Martin Barrett, 7. Yeah, oof. Martin Barrett's another one for the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns, 17 for 670. Nice, from my neck of the woods. Well, New Lenox isn't that close to me, but it's close enough. All right, so we need to get into some recruiting. Still haven't landed anybody. It's starting to get a little concerning given where we are in the season. We have a lot of people with cool interest, which is good. Eric Hill was the one I wanted to focus on this week. So let's go ahead and facility tour and home visit. And the other one was at cornerback, Alfonso Brogan. We're not entirely out of the running. B plus tackling, B speed, B hands. Where is he? Brogan. We have 4 outreach hours. Let's invite him to a game. We have 2 outreach hours left. Gino Nelms isn't interested. Figured it couldn't hurt, right? I mean, he was, he's the number 85 overall recruit in the country, and he doesn't have any. We're still the only team to make him an offer, so, I mean, we'll leave it as is. Val Garcia. Now let's go ahead and put some money into scouting. Same thing with Holmes and Massey. Oh, the game crashed. The stream crashed on my end. In a second. The stream's still up, guys. It's still up on my other computer. Let me look. Hold on. Where is it? It should be here. Yeah, it's still up. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. It crashed on my other PC. Interesting. What is going on? It's still there for some reason. Oh, I know what's going on. I don't have it connected to my. I have I don't even know what you call it. Like I have a different network up in my office that's connected to my Wi-Fi that's in the house so that I can work up here. And for some reason, my work computer isn't connected to that one. It's connected to the Wi-Fi in the house. And the Wi-Fi, that's far enough away that it causes issues. All right, so anybody else we need to scout that is showing interest in us? So FAM is cool. Let's see. Anybody that... We have an offer made to Stacy Monk. It doesn't really matter. This is my focus. Like, I'm trying to pay attention to these guys here, but we've already got them maxed scouted. We've got all of our recruiting into all of the players that potentially have any interest at all. Let's remove recruiting here and here. And we've got Gerald Marcus. Let's do that. And I mean, basically it was defensive secondary, and yeah, it looks like we need some guards too. Guard play, guard, wide receiver. I really shouldn't forget about this, but it's should be pretty easy to find guards. Uncommitted. Number 80. Yeah, I mean, you got a bunch of guards with only 2 offers here. Let's take a look at some guards that are in that 300 to 400 range, I guess. Just to get some names on the books. See what we can do about 5. We have 2 outreach hours left. And then we needed some wide receivers. Yeah, I don't want to invest a ton into wide receivers because this is a name though. Actually, I want to look. There's a certain type of wide receiver. I like the big guys. I'm not going after little midgety wide receivers. Charles, did he commit? I must have committed. No, he's uncommitted. Oh, I must have hidden him. That must have been it. Must have hidden him. So I'm looking at big wide receivers, 6'4", 6'5" wide receivers that don't have a lot of offers. I have a thing for big wide receivers. Here's one. Stanford Troutman. It's only 3 stars, but that's fine. Uncommitted, targets, scouting, scholarship offer. Why won't it let me put money into scouting? I don't know what it's doing. What do we have left? We have 2 outreach hours left. I don't need to do anything with Hill. I'm putting all my eggs into the Hill basket here. Alan Black is still showing some interest and still only has the 1 offer. Invite to a game. He's got 4 offers now, and he's the one that is, our chances are not good. Brogan still says our chances, we're not out of the running. And he doesn't have, well, technically he has multiple offers. He's got 1 from us and 1 from somebody else. I guess that's technically multiple offers. Donald Pham. I want to invite somebody to a game this week that may actually make a difference for us. Powell, no. Anthony Smith. Scouts like our odds. All right, let's go Anthony Smith. If the Scouts like our odds, let's invite him to a game and see if we can get him to commit to Illinois. All right, so what do we got this week? We got Iowa, right? Yeah, Iowa at home. Let's see how it went. So they have the ball. We get a sack by Prather. It's our ball now. It's 3-3. They get a sack. It's our ball on their 5-yard line around the left end, and that's a touchdown. So we are up 13-6. It blinked out there, but we are up 13-6. Again, don't know what happened. It's their ball. Back to pass. And it's going to be a touchdown pass with under a minute left in the 4th quarter. So what is going on? Oh, we're winning. We are up 20-18. They're going to go for 2, I'm assuming, here. But that looks like the last highlight. So did we win? Did we beat Iowa? We don't need to see that highlight again. Let's just, yeah, they need to fix the highlights. Did we win? We did. We beat Iowa at home, 20-18. So that's a big win for us. We get Kessler with a 5-yard run, Byers with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Harding. Harding with a good game, 20-26, 244 and a touchdown. They had 350. We're taking care of the football, and that's one of the things that's allowing us to stay in these games. The last game against Ohio State notwithstanding, but they turned it over. We didn't. Held them to 61 yards rushing on 29 carries. We didn't have a great running day, but Kessler picked up 11 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Byers had a nice game, 6 for 91. Freshman's coming along nicely. And defensively, sack from Prather that we saw. Sack from Villarreal, the redshirt sophomore playing well. Interception from Becker. So that's a good game to have some recruits come to, for sure. Let's see if we get any commits. That's a good win for us. Good win for us. No, Norman Tillery committed to Texas A&M. Yeah, so Brogan came to that game, and that was a good game for us. Marcus, fantastic potential for Val Garcia, amazing potential for Marcus, incredible potential for Holmes. So Holmes, Garcia, and Marcus. Those are 3 guys we want to take a look at. Holmes, Garcia, and Marcus. Holmes, Garcia, and Marcus. Holmes, Garcia. Oh, it does it by first name. Are you kidding? That's dumb. All right. There's Holmes. All right. Garcia. There's Marcus. Of course, he's the number 4 recruit or the number 4 cornerback. Yeah, we're gonna go after him. Absolutely. Brogan, is it still a long shot? They like our odds now on Brogan. So we've spent some time and effort on Alfonso Brogan and sort of turned him around here a little bit. So let's do that. What about Hill? Where are we with him? We're not out of the running. He's considering multiple scholarships. He really isn't, but that's okay. Let's invite him to a game. Let's do a facility tour. Who am I missing? We still have 2 scholarships to offer and 4 outreach hours. Okay. Mullen, we can go ahead and hide him. Blodgett. Kid who tackles well, but we don't know anything about him. I guess let's recruit him and see what they say about him. Maybe we can get some interest. Eric Hill, we've already talked about. Powell is the one who our chances are not good. How many offers? He only has 2 offers, though. He's got ours and 1 other. So let's invite him to a game and make a phone call. Let's see if we can flip him. Let's see if we can turn him around. Marcus has 2 offers. Hawkins has 10 now. So I think he's the one. He's got average potential. All right, so let's remove recruiting from Hawkins. Let's remove the scholarship. And let's scout. Let's scout Blodgett, I guess. Gino Nelms isn't interested in us. He's a number 1 overall recruit in Oregon. He only has 2 offers, though. So I'm not all that interested in hiding him just yet. We might be able to turn him, given that he doesn't have a lot of offers. Oh, gross. No, eggplant's disgusting. My wife likes it, so if you like it, you might talk to her. Marcus, let's make a phone call to Marcus. Scouting. Let's do some scouting on some of these players that we have offers out to. Fountain and Gino Nelms. And then Linton. 10. That's not 10, that's 15. Let's put that in there, and that'll work. Yeah, I won't eat eggplant. I won't eat eggplant. All right, so we're at home against Wisconsin. So I'm not expecting big things here, but we'll see what happens. My wife, it was not this past summer, but last summer, she was trying to get away from processed like meats and stuff. So she didn't want to have like hot dogs. So she made me grill carrots, but after marinating them in, what do you call that stuff? The smoke, like liquid smoke. Like I marinated it in like some sort of like liquid smoke stuff and then grilled it and then, put all the Chicago style hot dog things on it. And she swore that it tasted just like a hot dog. I didn't buy it, but whatever. There's a big play. Oh, that's okay. We fumble it and turn it over. And we're down 13-3 after a couple of turnovers. Already the 4th quarter, huh? Can we get in? All right, we get in. I don't have any idea. We're winning. We are beating Wisconsin in the 4th quarter. It is. Do I remember the center field that you posted? Yeah, I do. We just beat Wisconsin. So that is another victory at home over a top 25 ranked team. Let's go. 20-16. Love it. Love it. They had 432 yards to our 386. They passed for more yards. They ran for more yards. We turned it over, but somehow we managed to win. They were up 13-0. You don't eat hot dogs nor sausage and nor pork roll. Your wife doesn't eat meat, but she gets the veggie dogs from Portillo. Yeah, that's what my wife does too. She gets those veggie dogs from Portillo's, and she says they have a bit different texture than a normal hot dog, but she says that they, with everything on it, you can't tell the difference. You don't eat sausage? Really? Sausage is so good, man. I just don't think about how it's made. He injured himself for 7 weeks. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's out of the park for you. So Harding, 17-27, 241, no touchdowns, didn't turn the ball over. We had 8 players carry the football again. I'm not sure how to change that. We'll take a look. Byers had another good game, 6 for 115. No sacks, no interceptions. I mean, we only committed 3 penalties. They committed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They committed 9. Yeah, we played a clean game. And we beat Wisconsin at home. So hopefully these types of things are factored into like players, like recruits' decisions and stuff. The DeGrom method, yeah. Either that or they get hurt a week after the trade deadline so that you can't do anything. You can't make any moves to improve your team. So we got Minnesota, number 9 Minnesota on the road coming up in week 8. All right, so we didn't sign anybody. Average potential. They like our odds on getting Eric Hill. Let's go. That would be awesome if we could pick up Eric Hill. Top 100 recruit. Yes, so we still haven't signed anybody. It is starting to get a little disconcerting here that we haven't signed anyone. But we're just going to keep plugging away. Devontae Borders doesn't have any interest. Gino Nelms. We got Nelms now with some cool interest. But we are putting all of our things into the Eric Hill hat here. Average potential, but he's a 4-star, number 90 recruit. Alan Black still only with 1 offer. Alfonso Brogan still only with 1 offer. Nelms still only with 1 offer. B tackling, B speed, C hands. Average potential for development. Brogan. Who were those? Does it show? I love the traits as well. It's just something I kind of like. Wow, this guy looks really good. Alejandro Massey. I mean, A's and B's across the board. He looks like a beast, man. Let's spend some time with Alejandro Massey here. We have 9 hours left. Let's do a home visit. Outreach hours, and I think all we can do is phone call then. Yeah, he looks really, really good. Wow. Marcus, we've offered him a scholarship. I don't know what you're talking about. Troutman doesn't have any interest in us yet. Let's finish up our scouting on him. We're the only one to offer him a scholarship. None of these guys have any interest, so let's go ahead and remove scholarship offers here, here, and here. Monk has no offers. I don't even know why he's on the list then, but we will offer him a scholarship, see if we can generate some with what we're looking at for strong safeties, I don't know that we're going to need to spend any money on him. You love playoff baseball. You think it's a bad method determining the best team. Well, what's the alternative? I mean, there's not really an alternative, though, is there? Devontae Borders, will hide him. We've got a little bit of recruiting money there. Fountain has no interest in us, so we can remove. Marcus has no. It's a shame Marcus has no interest in us. So let's go ahead and remove from him. Remove from Blodgett. Let's offer. Come on, what are we doing? There we go. That's it? Just when the season's over, it's over? I mean, I guess I understand. That just seems, I don't know, odd. Just like an odd way to do it. Let's hide some of these guys that aren't interested in us. I hate to go away from Marcus, but he has amazing potential, but he's not interested in us. Just not interested in us. Well, let's leave him on there for one more week. Let's offer Fountain a scholarship. We will hide Blodgett. Jordan is not interested in us. We can hide him as well. Playoff determines the... Yeah, no, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know. I mean, to me, part of the season is the postseason. And if you peak at the right time, then I think you deserve to win. The best team the first 2 months of the season isn't necessarily the best team the last 2 months of the season. Uncommitted. Again, looking for players without a lot of offers. A 4-star center. We're already going after Geno Nelms. Let's call him. James Walker. Yeah, I mean, you can always bring in a center. I mean, it's always nice to have a good offensive lineman on your side. 5. Jamal Prophet has 2 offers. That is a tight end. No, we need to look at kind of wide receivers and offensive linemen. Kyle Hughes, there's a good one. Only 1 offer for him. We'll make it a second. Same thing with Evan Glasgow. We only have 3,000 left for recruiting. I'll offer him. All right. I like the best overall team being... Well, the problem with that is what happens if you play in a really bad division? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if you're just above average, but every other team in your division sucks? Like right now, the AL East has been a meat grinder this season. And those, the Blue Jays, the Rays, and the Yankees all beating up on each other. What's to say they're not the best team just because they don't have the best record? You know what I mean? So I think it's hard to do that. So you want one in baseball, 130 team division where every team plays every other team the same number of times? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it also means that halfway through the season, half the teams are not going to be in it and they're not going to be interested at all. All right, so we get on a touchdown early. Matthew Evans runs it in. Again, I don't know why our wide receivers are running the ball so much. All right, so second down, and it looks like a fumble. Return 10-10 in the third quarter. It's their ball again. Without the tournament during the season. I wouldn't be. I mean, I would. It'll never happen, but I would love to see some of like a major professional sports league in the United States go to like promotion and relegation. Did I get my depth charts and set usage? I did. And for some reason, it still runs my my wide receivers every single game. I'll show you the depth charts when the game's over. But yeah, I did. Harding back to throw. Pass is complete. Fumble recovered. It's a first down for them. It's our ball again. Something happened. Okay, so we have the ball on the 5. Round the corner and in for the touchdown. We're up 20-13 with a minute left, and it looks like we're going to beat the number 9 team in the country, Minnesota. Just another, was that just, yeah, we win 20-13. Was it just another simple game where we we turned the ball over twice. We allowed them to throw for 316 yards. We corralled the running game. We ran for 150 yards. No interceptions for Harding. And it was just enough. It was just, see, this is what happens every single game. We have 9 players run. Yeah, no, FJ, that'll never happen. Right. I mean, it's fun to talk about, but, realistically, it'll never happen. Bama, imagine, putting Bama against, who was the worst team in the league last year? Was it Jacksonville? This is a conversation you have a lot. There's no way that even the best college team beats the worst pro team. It just doesn't happen. They play 10 times, they might win once. That's the reality of it. But it's fun to think about. That had a realistic chance. And it's fun to think about for sure. Rodriguez with a sack. So we've won 3 games this year, and 5 of them have been over top 20 teams, with losses to Nebraska in there. So all in all, a solid season for us, year number 2. Before we look at any recommitments, I'll show you our depth chart. So we got I know. Oh, right. I'm not looking at my team. Right. Okay. 3-5, FJ. Not good. Not good for your Huskies. Yeah, Kessler, Gamble, Tuck. 3 running backs. Offensive package 2, Gamble, Kessler, Tuck. Offensive package 3, Tuck, Kessler, Gamble, because I have Tuck playing in short yardage, and I've got Gamble as my backup running back, and I have backfield by committee turned off. I don't know why it's running 9 players every single game. It's something I will, like I said, I'll ask them on the forums and see if they can look at it. Lud, you love the game. You haven't played it in a while. Kind of buggy, but once you figure it out, most are easy fixes. Yeah, if you haven't played it in a while, we're talking about some of the bugs right now. Like every single game, I have 9 people carry the ball, including multiple wide receivers. But it's not game-breaking to me. Like, I don't find it game-breaking. You can see I've got Matthew Evans, a wide receiver with 48 carries on the season. Like, it's unrealistic. Yeah, like, why is Gaylord running the ball? Like, he's like 5th on my depth chart. Like, he shouldn't be carrying the football. I don't know that there's anything I can do to fix it, though. Really, all I want is Kessler, Gamble, and Tuck carrying the ball. That's really it. Go to formations. What, like here? It's Kessler. It's showing the right, or like in strategy. But yeah, Lud, I like it. The game's certainly not perfect, but it's fun. Yeah. So it has the default offense most of the time, and then offensive package 2 changes. It switches to the second offensive package on 26. This actually has changed as the year has gone on. Is there some way I can? The default package may contain your starting running back. Packages 2 through 4 may contain the other. Yeah, see, but packages 2 through 4 may contain other running backs that you want to mix into the rotation. Backfield by committee may be a 50-50 split, where a feature back may be 80-20. I have backfield by committee off. So it should be playing Kessler the majority of the time. And he is getting the most carries, but it's not then just going to my backup. It's going to like wide receivers and stuff. I mean, we're winning, so it's not the end of the world, but Breeze, you're here. You're ready to face the downfall of them. You mean I don't know what you're talking about. Someone took your keyboard through the. What are you talking about, man? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't understand why. To be honest with you, I have everything set the way it should be. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. It's hard to believe we're 5-3 and our quarterback has got 6 touchdowns and 8 picks. Your jokes are declining. I just don't know I don't know what you're trying to say, Breeze. Sometimes your jokes just don't translate. You need to have somebody proofread for you first. Yes, I don't know. I don't really know what the issue is. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. And you can see that we are weak defensively, just from our ratings. We're going to keep going. We'll keep going. We got to do some recruiting. I don't think we had anybody sign with us, which is a shame because we've now beaten back-to-back top 20 teams. Chances are not good. Significant competition. Hail Mary for Gardner. All right. I wonder if we look at the play-by-play, you wonder if it's a set. Like under strategy, the play results. This. Is this what you're talking about? Because I don't think. Yeah, backups are just set on auto. If I go here. Energy settings. Once energy below goes minimum, use backup until energy recovers above max. So when someone drops to 60, they stay on the bench until they're back up to an 85. Okay. I think I gotcha. I think. Yeah, I can't this. There's just too many numbers here for me to try to analyze. Maybe I can export it and mess around with it that way. Yep. Hold on, ad break. Yeah, this is exciting for those of you on YouTube. I apologize. Yeah, FJ subscriber privilege. You get to sit here watching me text on my phone. I'm actually sending Chris a message. Normally, I let him know like the day before when I'm going to live stream, but I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today or not. I didn't know if I was going to have the energy. I had a hockey game I needed to broadcast this morning. So I was out of the house by like 7 a.m. All right, we're back. Basically, random task. I'm gonna throw my phone down in front of the mic. You don't get ads if you're a subscriber, so that's how Twitch works. That's pretty simple. You can't resist the urge to criticize Aaron in real time. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, I didn't even know. Like, normally this is what I was telling FJ during the ads. Normally I tell Chris ahead of time, like on Saturday, if I'm gonna be streaming. But I didn't know. Like yesterday, I did public address announcing for a football game out in Streamwood yesterday afternoon, and that was a lot of talking. And then I was back up at like 7 a.m. this morning to be at a youth hockey game at 8 a.m. and I just didn't know if I'd have the energy to stream. So yeah, so I didn't tell him until today, and because I didn't tell him until today, like the first 10 minutes of the stream had the wrong description, but whatever. Armchair GMing on a literal armchair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just too much for me to read here. Like I just too many numbers. I suppose I could export it and then pull out all of the passing plays and look at that. But there's just too much. Like, and even looking at this, it's hard to tell. Because you don't know who's getting the ball on these plays. So I wonder if that's what I was going to do. I was going to go back and look at you see, the problem is it doesn't tell you what the play is. It just says play, run by, run by, run by. It doesn't tell you what the actual play is. And then here, again, it doesn't tell you who ran it. It just tells you what the play was. Yeah, see, we go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, 3 straight runs. I don't know. I don't know. I'll post something on the forums and see if we can get if we can get some more information. All right, so we have an off week. Have we done our recruiting for this week or no? We have not. We still don't have any commits. Starting to get a little worried here. Still just cool interest from all these guys, but if we can land them, that's obviously awesome. But Glasgow is up to 6 offers now. Just go ahead and hide him. Antonia Powell, I think that ship has sailed. Eric Hill still just has the 3 offers. They like our odds. Alan Black. We're still the only ones recruiting him. So until we get some additional competition, we may as well just leave it the way it is. The scouting reports are weird. Like, it says no other teams have offered him scholarships, and then you come here and you see that he has 7 offers. So, yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's okay. Where is Brogan? Okay, so he's still maxed out. I don't know. There's nothing else we can do. We've already kind of... Anthony Volpe is now 41 in your save, and he has the balls to ask you for an extension. And depending on where you have the aging kind of curve set to, he could potentially, stay with you for that long. All right, so we get some interest from Hughes. So let's see what we can do about maybe landing a pretty solid offensive tackle. We need a guard. Let's make some phone calls. Who wants a phone call? Let's call the quarterback. Let's put a call into him. And Holmes, incredible potential. I like that. Let's see if we can do something about Harry Holmes. So we have 13,000 in recruiting. Marcus, still no interest. I guess let's put some money into recruiting and see if we can generate some interest there. Let's look at the best players with no offers. If you want to test, remove all the other running backs and set his replacement energy level super low. So just like delete all of the other running backs and set that energy level to like 10 or whatever and see what it does. It's been set at the defaults. All the settings are default except for TCRs at 105. Yeah, you've told me you disabled the Rule 5. And that's actually not unreasonable considering how like the AI, they have not been able to figure out the Rule 5. I'm going after this number 91 4-star defensive end 100%. Yeah, they don't do a good job with the Rule 5. You shouldn't be able to find those players in the Rule 5 that you can find. That's just the reality of it. Alan Black, still only the one offer. Two offers for Ollie Pappas. That's just a great name. I'm going to offer him a scholarship and scout him just on the name. No, you're fine. I don't care. Talk about whatever. I don't care. I don't want to forget to invest some time and money into the offensive side of things. We've put so much money into the defensive side of the ball. I'm going after this guy just for the name recognition. We've put so much money into the offensive side of things this year that I just want to make sure that we don't neglect the defensive side of things. I mean, that's the reality. Fountain is not interested in us. Let's go ahead and take that money back and let's put it into, I don't really know yet. Let's make sure we get some scouting into why won't it let me put scouting here? Come on. What are we doing? Can I do it now? What are we doing? Ollie Pappas. Put it into Ollie Pappas. All right. Yeah, I'll I'll post something to the Wolverine forums and see what happens. So we got a bye week. No, we can just sim quickly through that. The catcher put up 6.6 WAR in real life, only playing catcher. It's hard to say. I mean, I guess it depends on the rest of the competition, but an elite defensive catcher, obviously can make a huge difference. Gardner, Pham, Denton, and Hatchett, we're just not able to land anybody. Not good for Barkley. Hail Mary for Pappas. Hail Mary for Hatchett. We haven't landed a single recruit here, guys. Just got an email from, I had this really weird employee who works for me. He has an OPS of 147, and he won the Gold Glove. I mean, he'd probably be towards the top unless there was somebody out there who had like an Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani kind of year. See, I have this really weird employee that works for me, and he just recently quit. And that's fine. I mean, people leave their jobs all the time. I don't really have any issues with it. Hill now has got no interest in us. This is what I was afraid of. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, we've already done everything we can. We just sort of have to let it play out. Pappas has no interest, so we should start taking a look at some of these other players. Brogan, same deal. Black finally has another offer from somebody else. Average potential. Holmes has incredible potential, so that's somebody we want to go after. 5, so we don't have a game this week, so 4 and 3. Well, there's nothing I could have done. I mean, there's nothing else I could have done. I mean, I did the home visit. I invited him to a game. I did all that stuff, and I just couldn't get it past cool. So, and we'll see. I mean, we may get lucky down the stretch. We may land a bunch of recruits kind of in the last week, and if not, we'll deal with it in the off season. Powell, our chances are not good until we get the Hail Mary message. I am going to continue to continue going after some of these guys. Brogan, Holmes, Barkley, not good. Well, we haven't recruited him at all. Anthony Smith, they like our odds on getting Anthony Smith. We can't invest anymore. So we've done everything we can do other than some of this other stuff here. What does Hill prefer? Market size. I mean, Champaign itself isn't huge, but the school's got like 60,000 people in it. Competitiveness, sportsmanship, values, prestige. Talking points. I need to start focusing on some of this stuff. Honestly, I just let this auto-populate. It's location, population, and prestige. So he doesn't care about playing time. Let's put it into market size. Yeah, I mean, he's being recruited by all the teams in the area. With Out of the Park, you struggle to get into the game, but once you're 3 or 4 years in, you're obsessed with it for 10 to 15 years, and then you stop. Yeah, there's sort of I don't know, not a point of no return, but there's a point where you kind of pass and you get Massey looks so good. You get really invested, and yeah. Uncommitted. All right. Yeah, there's a ton of offers. So Derek Gary, only 3 offers, a 4-star linebacker. I mean, we may as well. Going to throw our name into the ring for some of these guys. We'll only have a handful of offers. Defensive end, center. Kenneth Connors. We do need a guard. That's something we need. Scholarship. Cornerback with 4 offers. Defensive end with 2. Derek Rivera, will offer him. It looks like we'll be able to recruit and scout 1 more. So we'll go Earl Ross since he only has the 1 offer. And we will offer him a scholarship, and we will send him ahead. You're in 2043 with your save now. You don't think you can start a new one? I haven't. Since I've been playing the online games, I haven't been able to get that involved in an offline save. Like I've fired up like 3 or 4 different Red Sox saves, and I think the furthest I've made it has been 6 or 7 years in. Between the online saves and my Let's Play stuff, it's hard for me to invest more time into the game than I already do. All right, so fingers crossed. Let's see if we signed anybody this week. We get a couple of recruits. We get a 4-star cornerback, and Eric Hill went to Iowa. You douche. Anyway, sorry. So we pick up our first 2 recruits, Harry Holmes, Zachary Clayton. 4-star linebacker, 4-star cornerback. So that's really good. So let's take a look at our first 2 recruits. Your commits: Harry Holmes, B+ speed, B hands, B tackling. He thinks he'll get the most time playing with the Utah. Apparently he really loves Utah, but he signed with Illinois. So that works for me. Loyal, high morale. Looks like a pretty solid player across the board, so that's good. And Zachary Clayton, a 4-star linebacker. Oh, this is the kid, right? This is the guy who went to my high school. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted on Wednesday, but this is where I went to high school, Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. That's where I graduated from in 1994. So I completely forgotten about that. So I'm glad we landed him. He doesn't care about playing time, but good speed, good tackling, good hands. He looks like a pretty solid player. He's a fierce competitor. And this game still has this bug, I see. Can we get out of this? Can we make that bug go away? We can. All right. You just can't stay involved. So, yeah, so that's cool. So we pick up Zachary Clayton, who went to my alma mater. So that works. All right, so we got a couple of warm recruits now, a couple of cornerbacks. Antonia Powell, all of a sudden, is warm to us. Okay. Michael Watson looks okay as well. All right, now I'm jazzed. Now I'm a little bit more excited because we were able to land a couple of recruits. So that makes me feel good about things. Nelms isn't going to come here. We can remove the scholarship offer. Pappas isn't coming here. We can remove the scholarship offer. He's not coming here. Derek Gary now has 7 offers. We can pull that. We still don't have nearly enough recruits, but we're getting there. All right, so we need safeties, right? So let's invite him to a game this week. Let's invite him to a game this week. Let's invite, I would like to bring in Black. He's got some offers, so let's invite him to a game. Troutman, B's across the board. I mean, he looks pretty average, but he has incredible potential, it says. So let's invite him to a game. Bradley has no interest, so we can make him go away. And neither of these guards have any interest in us. It's fine. Let's remove the scouting from them. Ollie Pappas. Marcus. Still not interested. Yeah, it's weird. It says we haven't offered him a scholarship, but we have. But now I'm going to remove said scholarship. Yeah, that's weird. That's strange. You know, it becomes not a big deal, right? Like, you know, when half your school goes pro in something, it becomes not a big deal. But yeah, for me, it is a big deal. I guess. Not a lot of pro athletes from Peabody, Massachusetts. One of our most famous athletes turned into a crack addict. If you look up, his name was, I believe it was this. Yeah, Jeff Allison. He went to. He was born in Lynn, Massachusetts, which is where I was born as well. He went to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. He was a first-round pick of the Marlins in 2003, and he turned to crack. I have Matt Antonelli. He's doing YouTube now. Who does? I do? Matt Antonelli went to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School? I didn't know that. Raphael Aaron isn't interested, so we'll remove scholarship there, remove scholarship there. All right, so we still have a ton of scholarships left. Let's look at the uncommitteds, and let's look at the highest ranked without offers, or without a lot of offers. Clinton Betancourt, I like him. We can offer him. Oh, Sunday night. I hate Sunday nights, man. My phone just blows up. Just get message after message after message from my employees, and it makes me nuts. Anyway, my story. So I had this employee who worked for me for a couple of years, and he's a good kid, just weird. And I don't work like shoulder to shoulder with my with my uh, uh, with my employees. I work remotely. I live in Chicago, and I manage anywhere from I manage Illinois all the way down to Atlanta, Georgia. And he lives in Arkansas someplace. And he's a good kid. He's just weird. Like, he quit, and his last day was Friday, and he's still emailing me, telling me what a good boss I was. It's just strange. It's just strange. I did not know that Matt Antonelli was from Peabody. He may not have gone to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. There's another high school in the area called St. John's Prep, and that's usually where most of the better athletes go, is St. John's Prep. But Jeff Allison, not anymore. He's not a crackhead anymore, but he was. So we need guards. We need defensive backfield, wide receivers, right? I mean, we have offers out to 2 quarterbacks. We have 4 senior cornerbacks. We definitely need defensive backfield here. We need to really be focusing on strong safeties and free safeties. Yeah, and Nelly went to St. John's, yeah. St. John's Prep is where most of the really good athletes and people and stuff go to. So Justin Burnett only has 2 offers. Let's offer him. And who's the other one? Manuel Calhoun. That's fine. We can offer him. And let's look at free safeties. Yeah, we still have 3 free safeties kind of in the queue, so we'll see what happens with them. Let's look at all and targets. All right, so we have 4 hours left that we can use. Let's bring in Powell on a facility tour that gives us 1 hour left, and we will call Michael Watson with that last hour. 13,000 left in recruiting. I don't know that we can do anything with it. We'll put it into Rivera, I guess, and see if that changes things at all. We'll throw the scholarship offer back on there. I'm fine with that. Same thing with Marcus. He only has 2 offers, so I may as well keep going after him until he tells me no. All right, let's sim. So we finally get a game. We haven't had a game in 2 weeks. We're taking on Indiana at home. With how things have gone, I fully anticipate that we're going to lose this game, given that we've just beaten 2 top 20 teams in a row. Let's see what happens. Pass is picked. That's a good start. We're down 3-0. See, wide receiver with the run, and he fumbles the ball. Like, I don't know. There's a sack. We're up 7-3. I don't know what happened. These highlights are just dumb, man. Pass complete for a touchdown. We're up 28-3 at halftime. You had a guy, your high school had a guy who went on to play in the major leagues, but you don't think anybody knew it at the time that he would be that level of talent because he was a hitter converted to a relief pitcher. Okay? Don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. Okay, thank you. All right. No, it's fumbled, and they recovered it, so we turned it over. Doesn't look like it's going to matter, though. We were up 28-3. 49-6. Tom Evans. I don't know who Tom Evans is. 56-6. The final score here over Indiana. So again, another running back, another wide receiver with a run. I don't get it. We also had Steve Lomasny. who is still actually playing. He's playing, I want to say he's in, no, it's not Lomasney. Who am I thinking of? Well, Lomasney went to Peabody. He went to the same high school as me. There's a catcher out there right now. Maybe it was Lomasney. I can't remember. I don't think it was, but so 56-6. This is a game. This was a game. So yeah, we have a running back with a touchdown, or a wide receiver with a touchdown run, a wide receiver with a touchdown run, and a wide receiver with a touchdown run. So we only threw 16 passes. We were 8 of 16 for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. We had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 people run with the football. I don't know. We won. We had 14 players carry the ball, and we had 3 players with receptions. So something is a little broken, but we'll get it figured out. Pick for Carr, no sacks, a 56-6 win over Indiana. Not very many games. Was an injury call-up, backup mostly. Yeah, I don't know who he is. So we have 26 messages. And we're in the top 25, which means we're going to lose this game. Ranked in the top 25 means we're going to lose. That's, I think, what this means. Oh, hell. That's not good. And we get another cornerback, but that is not good. We had a lot of players commit to other schools. So we have 3 recruits. They're all 4-star recruits. I mean, that's a good thing. We still have some players that are showing some interest. Let's look at our other recruit, Norman Wilson. B+ tackling, B+ speed, B hands. He looks really, really good. Number 1 overall recruit out of Lewiston, Maine. Okay. Well, we have 3 4-star recruits. We still have 23 scholarships or something like that we need to fill. So Burnett. Yeah, I mean, we may as well start bringing people in because we need to sort this out. Calhoun. Burnett. We still got a ton of money left for recruiting. So let's look at the best recruited players again without a lot of offers and try to land some people that way. So Devontae Borders, I hid him. Raphael Aaron, again, he was somebody I talked to before, but he only has 2 offers. We're going to do it. I'm going to see if we can get some interest from Raphael Aaron. Same thing with Borders. I mean, we may as well. I feel like we're just shooting ourselves in the foot and doing something stupid when there's no chance we're going to get him. But we're going to try. Justin Burnett we got on the list. Stuart Hall. Ronald Egan has 3 offers. Marshall Hendricks, a quarterback with 1. Kyle Burris, a strong safety, only has 1. Yeah, let's offer him. Oh, I don't have any money left in the scouting budget. Okay, that's fine. Scholarship offer. We may end up offering some of these guys kind of sight unseen. They're probably still going to be better than what we're dealing with, but that's fine. Brett Ritchie, 2 offers. Ricky Albertson only has 1. Stephen Berg has none. We might be able to get a center pretty easily. Mario Eastman has none. Let's offer him a scholarship. Brett Sisson, we do need a free safety, so let's offer him a scholarship. No reason not to. 5 offers. Adrian Mackey only has 1 offer. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to offer some of these guys in the 500 and 600 range because we need to fill those spots. Stanford Troutman, incredible potential. Again, he's not very quick. His hands aren't great, but he's got the potential. I kind of like that, and we do need the wide receiver, so hopefully he signs with us. Sammy Nugent, I'm going to offer him. Robert Eldridge only has 1 offer, so let's go ahead and offer him. Fullback. Yeah, we need a kicker. I mean, you can always use a kicker, and we got plenty of scholarship offers, so we may as well. Looking for linebackers and cornerbacks. We have either 1 or no offers. Steve O'Neill, here's a wide receiver with no offers. We'll give him an offer. Christopher Boyle, we'll give him an offer. Hamarillo, see if we can pick up. Yeah, I figure if we could pick up the best kicker and best punter in the class, why not? There's a tackle. 2 offers left. Running back, tackle, strong safety, fullback, strong safety. Center, quarterback, defensive tackle, wide receiver. Yeah, give me a cornerback here, man. There we go. Edgardo McLeod, offer him. And Justin Hawks, offer those guys. All right. So what do we got? We got Purdue at home. Purdue at home. We're in the top 25. If we win, that'll be a good thing. Someone in one of our online leagues played baseball in Georgia in the past 10 years. So a lot of the guys who are at the top he played with, if you remember correctly, said Michael Chavis was the one everyone thought was going to be elite. Chavis had elite power. He just couldn't hit enough. Couldn't hit enough. Red Sox gave him chance after chance after chance. They just couldn't hit enough. Pass is picked. And Gus Becker, does he return it for a touchdown? He does. We're up 7-0. Good start. There's a touchdown for Purdue. There's another touchdown for Purdue. That's not good. There's an interception for Purdue. 14-10 in the second quarter. They march downfield again. Throw another touchdown pass. We have the ball down at the other side now. We take it in for a touchdown. 23-17 with 2:38 left in the third quarter. It's their ball. I don't know what happened. Looked like a big play for them, though. There's a sack. Yep, 11:58. So we get into the top 25 and then immediately throw up a stinker. Immediately. Fumble recovered by Ware. Okay, so we're down by 13. Oh, yeah, game's over. Minute and a half left. We're down by 13. All right. All right. Well, that sucks. That sucks. So we finally get into the top 25 and then blow it. 30-17. Really one of the worst games of the year for Harding, 17-33. And again, we have 10 players run the ball. And this really is affecting us. Like, I mean, you look at the total, it's 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 carries for 16 and 13 is 29, 30, 35, 36, 37. It's 15 carries for 33 yards out of these 9 people. So it is affecting us. I just don't know how to fix it. Or if it's fixable, even. I just don't know. All right, so we get knocked out of the top 25. We are 6-4. We should still be in a line for a bowl game, which is good. 11 messages. Yeah, we got Oregon State now. Partridge, Watson, and Troutman all commit to us. Eldridge, Betancourt, Burris go elsewhere. So we pick up another 4-star recruit and a couple of 3-star recruits. So that's nice. We've picked up 3 cornerbacks, a free safety, a linebacker, and a wide receiver. I'll take that so far. Let's look at our commits. I like the Troutman pickup. Only 3 stars. He's above average at everything, but not elite at anything. But he does have that incredible potential, which is nice. We picked up Watson, B+ speed, D+ tackling, above average potential, and we picked up Partridge, B+ speed, B hands, C tackling, A technique. 4-star recruit out of DC. So, all right. So it's starting to get a little better. 3 recruits, 3 cornerbacks, a free safety, a linebacker, and a wide receiver. We look at our targets now. So Calhoun is hot. All right. So let's go all in on Calhoun. Right? Why not? 3-star. 328 ranked. We got 12 hours. We got a game. Let's invite him to a game. We'll do a home visit. Who else do we have? We got Berg, Smith, and then a couple more free safeties. Burnett. Invite him to a game as well. And then we will phone call. And we need a guard. Oh, he doesn't have any interest in us. All right. Uncommitted. Position. Guard. Justin Hawks. Yeah, we should probably spend some money on him if we want him to potentially come to our school, huh? Connors. Nugent has 2. He's not interested in us, but maybe that'll change. Who knows? McDonough, Philip Sandberg. We can offer these guys who have 1 scholarship offer, I suppose. Linebackers. Manuel Mattingly. Sure, why not? Offer him our last scholarship. All right. So we got another game at home. Yeah, at home against Oregon State. The Beavers. Throw the ball. All right. Fumble recovered by Oregon State. Of course there is. We get a sack. It's tied at 3 in the first quarter. We're in the third quarter now. Still tied at 3. This is a boring football game. Still tied at 3. Oh, come on. Oh, we get the ball down at the other end. 3rd and goal. Pass complete. Touchdown. We're down 13-10 with 5 minutes left. And they're going to score, and we're going to lose again. Yeah, that's the last one. So we lose 20-10. That sucks. So we're ranked in the top 25 and then lose back-to-back games, including this game at home. So we're 6-5. We get 1 touchdown in this game. It was a pass from Harding to Perkins. Hey, we only had 7 players run the ball in this game. Sacked by Chapin, no picks. Gave up 364 yards, including 171 on the ground. Not good. Not good. Double oof. All right. Fingers crossed. fingers crossed. Let's see what we get for signings here this week. Nobody. Not a single person committed to us this week. Well, that's crappy. All right. Steven Sanders apparently loves our school. Well, that's good. I guess let's recruit him or scout him and see what he is. So we got a tackle, a free safety, 2 strong safeties. So we have 3 cornerback commits, which is good because we got 4 seniors. We still need a strong safety, and we still need wide receivers, man. Strong safety. Let's go after Burnett. I'm going to try to get him locked down. Then we have 5 hours left. Let's look at uncommitted wide receivers. It's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. Michael Justice only has 1. Yeah, intangibles, he's a D. Nathaniel Lemon, intangibles is an A. Not very, doesn't have a physique, but this stuff's great. A+ technique, B+ IQ, sure. Nathaniel Lemon, let's recruit. Let's scout. Let's offer a scholarship. And then what else did we need? A quarterback. We do need a quarterback. Paul Simpson, most of the good ones are gone at this point, but that's okay. Evans, no flags. Diego Skaggs, that's a name, man. Let's take a look at Diego Skaggs. Offer a scholarship. What are you talking about, Breeze? I mean, it's only boring if you think it's boring. I don't think it's boring. I like doing this. I like doing this micromanaging, and I like, trying to build my team rather than play the games out. I don't particularly care about playing the games because eventually you get to a point where those games where you know how to, kind of get past it, right? Like you know how to game the game, and I don't find that fun. So, yeah, I find this stuff fun. If you don't got to be here, my friend. There's plenty of other stuff you can do. I was just looking at this. Linebackers. We have 1 senior. I've already got a commit there, so I think we're okay at linebacker. If we can get some of these safeties to commit, we'll be okay there as well. I think we need to go after some additional wide receivers. Ad break. Peter Bautista looks okay. We will recruit. We will scout. We will make him a scholarship offer. And what else? Any more strong safeties on here that we want to go after? We go after Robert Graham. Only suckers get ads. You got that right. All right. So let's look at everybody we still have on the list here. So we have 5 more outreach hours. Do we want to? I don't want to just put them. I mean, if he's hot, there's a good chance he signs with us. So I don't think we need to do that. But I would like to make a home visit to who? Already made the home visit to Burnett. Calhoun has. We can do some stuff with Calhoun. Let's invite him to a game, and let's do a facility tour. If we can get Burnett and Calhoun, I'll feel a whole lot better about this. We are back. Yes, we are, Breeze. So the only way to avoid the ad break is to subscribe to the channel, my friend. The battle for Illinois is coming up. Illinois and Northwestern in Week 15. Do we go 7-5 or do we go 6-6? All right, so we get Sanders, Bautista, and Nugent. So we pick up another wide receiver and a couple of guards. Lemon went to BYU. Anybody I was really interested in? Lemon would have been nice because of his attributes, his whatever it was. I forget what it's called. The intangibles. That's the word I'm looking for. Intangibles. Committed. All right, so we're up to the number 47 class. 4 4-star, 5 3-star. We pick up a couple of guards. Steven Sanders, really good pass blocker, not a great run blocker, but looks pretty good. Really good potential for development, good intangibles, good IQ, good physique. We picked up Sammy Nugent. B pass block, B run block. His others, not great intangibles, but he has incredible potential, so that's nice to see. Who else did we just sign? It was 2 guards and a wide receiver, right? Yeah, Peter Bautista. Bautista's probably going to be depth, but my commits. B plus hands, B speed, B intangibles, A IQ, A technique. So I like that stuff. I don't care about his pass blocking, but he's not very strong. But if he's quick, that could turn into a decent pick. All right, or a decent signing rather. So we are good at guard. We replaced our seniors. We have 2 wide receivers that we've picked up. We have 3 that are seniors. We need to take a look at a quarterback, and we still need to focus on the free safety or the strong safeties. And we had a couple of strong safeties here. Yeah. Calhoun and the other one signed elsewhere. Okay. So where are we on Calhoun? The scouts like our odds. Let's just put the rest of our points into Calhoun to see if we can land him. You hope Illinois wins. They will. It's the battle for Illinois. Let's look at quarterback, uncommitted quarterbacks. And I don't want to waste a scholarship offer on somebody in this range when I know that there are going to be other players that pop up at the end of the year that are going to be really, really good. So I want to be cautious about this and who I'm offering scholarships to at this point. Running backs. This is more just kind of filling out that depth. I want Higginbotham, and I want both the kicker and the punter. I want them both. I think at this point we just can kind of offer whatever's the best, right? Whoever the highest rated player is that doesn't have. Yeah, I guess I'm only looking at punters. That was dumb. So we still have a bunch of top 100 recruits, but I don't want to waste my time with those guys because with the number of offers that are there, I don't think there's going to be any interest. But do we come back to someone like Fonseca? He only has 2 offers. We may as well. We've got the money. I feel like it's a waste, but we'll do it anyway. Stacy Monk. Yeah, now we're getting into the I don't want to say the not good players, but 800, 900 ranked players. Mattingly wasn't interested in us, but that was also because we didn't put any recruiting into him. Stephen Peck, McMaster, good intangibles, good athleticism. Sure. This drives me nuts. This is something that the game just hasn't fixed. All right, let's see how the week goes. We are at Northwestern. So we have the ball first. Pass is complete to Byers for a touchdown. So good start for us. They march right down the other way. They complete it for a touchdown. They're up 9-7. They had a safety. What's going on? What is going on? So yeah, it's only showing like half the plays. It's weird. Another touchdown for Northwestern, but they're down 30-16. 58 seconds left in the game, and I think we win. So I've got two things from this stream I'm going to take back to the Wolverine people. The highlights are all janky, and then why do we have 12 people running the football every game? So Harding with a good game, 18 of 23, a couple of touchdowns. They had 312 yards. We had 319. They ran for $153. We ran for 121. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players run the ball at least 3 times. And you can see the bottom 4, like this is really hurting us. That's 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 22 carries for 28, 38, 44, 53, 58 yards. So 23 carries for 58 yards from these 6 players. That's not good. So it is absolutely affecting what we're able to do on the field, but what are you going to do? So a sack for Araujo Jr. getting some playing time, a couple of picks, Carr and Becker. It's in week 15. So we're 7-5, so that's got to mean bowl game for us, which is an improvement over last season. No, it's championship games. Okay, right. Championship games come first. So we signed Sisson, McMaster, Calhoun, Evans. We signed a 4-star quarterback that I had forgotten about, and then Mario Eastman. So a running back, a free safety, a strong safety, a quarterback, and a tackle. So we lose out on the kicker and the punter, but that's a pretty good haul for that week, and we are now up to the number 32 recruiting class. We still have 12 recruits remaining. We have no targets we have no targets. Marvin Evans, 4-star quarterback out of Florida. B speed, B accuracy, looks okay. Sisson, free safety. We don't know anything about him. Again, we were just kind of offering scholarships to some of these people, and they were signing. So 5 4-star recruits and 7 or 8 3-star recruits. I don't know. I think we can still offer recruits. And I don't want to offer uncommitted. Let's look at see, we're at a point now where the best recruit is the number 911 recruit in the country. And I don't really want to waste, especially given that we don't really have. I mean, we could use another cornerback. I guess we could use another strong safety. But we're going to get a bunch of players showing up here soon that are really good. And I want to make sure that we can do it. So, I mean, we'll take a look. We will take a look. So uncommitted. Actions. So, again, we needed a free safety. Rick Dent. A technique, a football IQ. C+ intangibles. Sure, why not? I'm going to offer him a scholarship. Saxton, again, we could use a kicker. Wide receiver was somebody I needed to look at. How big is Jorge? 6'3", $195. Sure, he's big enough. And cornerback. Who's the best cornerback available? Yeah, you're getting into the rough stuff here. We'll offer Oscar Foster. All right, so I want to save the recruiting dollars for when we get the big names at the end of the season. So we got the championship games. Let's go ahead and sim championship week. Actually, let's look at the standings. Where did we finish in the West? Third. Okay, we finished behind Minnesota and Iowa, and we beat them both. We beat both of those teams. Both of their last losses were to us. So, all in all, it was a pretty good season. We lost to Nebraska, which was a rough loss. They finished 4-8. But all in all, I think a pretty good second season. So we got a sim this week. Then we got bowl week. We'll sim through the end of the season, and we will call it an episode or a stream or whatever you want to call it. The Pinstripe Bowl. We're playing in Yankee Stadium. Let's go. So we sign Rick Dent. All right, that's fine. So we're going to the Pinstripe Bowl. We are severe underdogs in this game, but they hope we can prove them wrong. Let's look at our stats real quick. You want to look at Washington? FJ, let's look at Washington. Pro GM at work, yeah. Let's look at Washington. Let's see where they ended up. Four and eight. 4-8. They did land the number 11 quarterback in the country in Wesley Liu. They picked up the number 20 linebacker and the number 14 strong safety. This was somebody we were looking at, Alejandro Massey. He went to Washington. Whole bunch of three-star recruits. Not a terrible recruiting class. Not a terrible recruiting class for them. No bowl this year for them, though. No bowl for the Huskies at 4-8. All right. So our stats for the season. Gary Harding ended up 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions in his rookie season. He's a 90 overall now, so a little bit of development there. We had 30 different people run the football. Jay Kessler, 154 carries in his freshman season. Yeah, if these carries to Evans, Byers, Perkins, Ware, 25 carries by our tight end, if those had been split amongst Kessler, and I don't know why Gaylord was out there so much. Gamble was our backup. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Matthew Evans, 45 catches, 720 yards for the redshirt sophomore. Michael Byers' freshman campaign led the team in catches with 52. He's an 89 overall. Joshua Perkins had a nice year as well as a freshman. Manuel Ware as a freshman was okay. Kavanaugh, we could use a better tight end. We could use a lot of better. Defensively, DJ Carr led us in tackles. Fifth-year senior. Gus Becker, fifth-year senior. Jim Prather, fourth-year junior. Yeah, so hopefully some of the people we're bringing in on the defensive side of the ball will help us next season. Victor Rodriguez led us in sacks with 4. Yeah, we desperately need to do something about our defense. All right, we got a bowl game. And we will watch the janky highlights because that's how we do things. See what happens. Come on. I think that's them with the ball first. That's a sack. No idea what's going on. And that's a touchdown for them. We're down 13-7 in the first quarter, but at least we got on the board. It's a start. It's going to be a sack. There's a touchdown. 20-7. We are outgunned. That is what they said. There's a sack. Is this going to be a kick return for a touchdown? I believe it is. Or is it going to be a fumble? I don't know what happened. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a kick return for a touchdown. We are down 23-14 in the second quarter. Please don't turn it over. You turn it over at the end of the second half. There's an interception for us. 26-14 in the third quarter. Hey, look at that. We march downfield. There's a rushing touchdown for a wide receiver. 6:26 left to go in the third. And that's going to be a long touchdown pass for Virginia Tech. 33-21 now. There's a sack. Oh, we're marching downfield, though. And the pass gets picked off. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, well. Sack, fumble, recovery by Illinois. There's a sack. All right, there's a touchdown. So we're down by 8. I mean, we're making a game out of it. They're coming down the other way, though, and are going to score. Interception going the other direction. We're down by 15 again. They're going to put up 50 on us in the bowl game. 50-28. We come down the other direction. Pass is complete to Kavanaugh, I'm assuming, for a touchdown. I mean, we made a game out of it. They expected us to get walloped. We did put up 35 points. It's the best offensive game we've had in ages, but we lose in the bowl game 50-35. But we make a bowl game, and that's the important thing. So they had 617 yards of offense. We had 392. They passed for 436. Each team had 2 turnovers. Harding, 17-26, 242, 3 touchdowns. Again, too many people running the ball. Cats, for them, 436 yards, 4 touchdowns. Evans with a huge game. Sack for McCain, a pick for Prather. All right, well, game's a game. Bowl game's a bowl game. That's all that matters. So we lose. We give up 50 points in the bowl game. And there's no recruiting for the final 2 weeks. So we will sim these final 2 games. At least I don't think there's any recruiting. Could be wrong. Double check. Yeah, I'm not offering any of these guys. I don't want a 3-star fullback. So we're just going to sim. And I will use the transfer portal for the remainder of my scholarships and see if we can land a big fish that way. All right, so Oregon defeats Louisville in the Peach Bowl. Oklahoma over South Carolina in the Fiesta Bowl. So we got an Oregon-Oklahoma national championship game. And the championship this year goes to the Oklahoma Sooners. They win 26-16, and I think it's going to get loud. I'm going to take my headphones off. If it's loud, I apologize. I don't even know if you guys can hear this, but if it's loud, I apologize. Yeah, I don't even know if you guys could hear that or not, but if you could, I apologize. So Newton Ali wins the Heisman Trophy, running back for Oklahoma. He's also the most outstanding player. Everett Huang Strong safety for, or free safety for Virginia Tech, wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Newton Ali wins the running back. Kevin Munoz from Ole Miss is your quarterback of the year. Juan Vidal is your wide receiver of the year from Oregon. Jonathan Horton, your tight end of the year. Offensive lineman Michael Hooker. Raymond Quinlan wins the lineman of the year. Gilbert Enriquez, the linebacker of the year. Everett Huang, the defensive back. Dwayne Mestis from BYU is the kicker of the year. And Bobby Littlefield is the punter of the year. You didn't hear anything. Yeah, I think it has something to do with how I have OBS set up, but I can't be bothered to deal with it. You guys, don't need to hear that super loud noise. So, prestige update. We made a bowl game, so we should have had some prestige. We gained 1. Okay, well, it's something. So we advance. Anybody from Illinois on here? Becker made it. Becker made the Senior Bowl. Gus Becker, good for him. See, I would like to take this and pair it up with the pro football game, but it's not going to happen, at least not anytime soon. Let's end the season. And that is going to be that. So we have a lot of people who are going to be available as transfers. Anybody from our team leaving us? There didn't seem to be anybody that upset with playing time and stuff. So I don't think Harrell, Malcolm, Davis, Cottle, and Linkus. Yeah, a bunch of people I don't particularly care about. I need to save. I haven't saved once in this game. If it crashes, it does not save. So, all right. So that means that my next episode will be the offline, will be the off season again. It should have, it's going to be interesting at the beginning because there should be, I have a ton of recruits, a ton of, scholarship offers, and there will be a, whole lot. Yeah, look at all these uncommitted players that don't have any offers. So I'm going to try to make hay here with a lot of this. I'm going to go after some bigger names, and I'm going to load up. I've got 17 scholarship offers, got 73,000 in recruiting, 92 in scouting. So I should be able to improve our team pretty substantially here in the transfer portal. So I don't know, Breeze. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I think my at least my streaming with Out of the Park Baseball, I think it's I think we're pretty close to being done with Out of the Park Baseball on my channel for the time being. I want to try to accomplish something with the Nationals, but I think even that is going to go back down to 1 day a week starting pretty much immediately. With hockey season coming up, I'm kind of getting into that mode, so I'm really looking forward to Franchise Hockey Manager. I'm going to be starting an Eastside Hockey Manager playthrough as well. Once Draft Day Sports drops their pro basketball game, I'm going to fire up a new playthrough with that. I want to, once they release a pro basketball game, I'm probably going to link up College Basketball 2023 and Pro Basketball 2023 and play those two together. And then I was also thinking, one of the series I had a lot of fun with earlier in the year was the City of Champions playthrough series that I had on my channel. I don't know if you guys watched that, but I had a lot of fun with that. It allowed me to play every single game, and I could play it on my own time. Like I could play it, just during the week, and then once a week post a video. I know it wasn't as in detail as some of my other stuff is, but I had a lot of fun doing that. So that might be something we do once we get into the new year as well. But once Franchise Hockey Manager comes out, it's going to be hockey and basketball and some combination of football. So those three are going to be the sports that carry us through the winter, and then we'll get back into baseball once Out of the Park 24 comes out. So that's the plan. Anyway, have a great rest of your night, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.